3 seconds. That's all the Ford carrier group commander had when a Venezuelan torpedo broke the surface and popped, by design, harmlessly short. Was it a signal, or the first shot? You clicked for the truth behind that standoff. We'll decode how two aging Type 209 subs, 200 feet of steel running silent in Caribbean chop, closed in under brittle radar and bad atmospherics that turned one strike group into a deceptive blob. Stay to see how the US layered ASW, Burke sonar, Nixie decoys, MH-60RS with Mk-54s, locked the sea, and why restraint, not retaliation, won that moment. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. One smudge on a scope became a swarm. Two diesel boats bit, thinking a supercarrier hid inside that fat return. How does one smeared echo force a fleet choice you can't take back? Venezuela watched the water with tired eyes, legacy coastal radars from a different era, patched by crews who knew every fuse by touch and hoped the humidity spared them another short. The Caribbean plays tricks. Warm air hugs the sea, bends radar beams low, and stretches a single hull into something bigger, uglier, and wrong. Over 2 days, that blob hovered near their economic line. Not moving like a merchant convoy. Not clean like a solo ship. Just large. Unfriendly. And noisy on paper. In the ops room, the split started. The intel brief said one carrier group in theater. The consoles showed a mass. You've got a choice at sea, trust the brief, or trust the beam. They leaned toward the glow in front of them, because the glow felt current, and a dated brief doesn't ping. Here's the physics without the math. A hot layer sits over cooler air and traps radar like a hallway. The beam then schemes the surface, hits waves, bounces off masts and stacks, and paints a bigger smear. Add sea clutter from wind, a line of small craft, squalls that throw spray into the path, and your clean dots blur into a merged return. The screen stays fat. The mind fills the gap. Close to shore, everything gets worse. Literal water makes sonar echo, radar scatter, and tracks merge. But that same chaos is a gift to diesel-electric subs when they sit on batteries. A Type 209 can be a shadow in that noise. Short, tight, quiet when the diesel is cold and the electric motor hums. It likes shelves, river plumes, and sandbars. It wants a short sprint, then a drift. That's its window. But a window works only if your crew can read it. These sailors learned workflows born in the 1970s, paper plots, manual correlation, slow updates. Spares were thin. One cable fails, you make another from 2 dead ones. Above them, leaders pushed a message, show presence, don't start a war. So the orders became a knot, get close, be seen, but draw no blood. Across the water, the carrier strike group hid in plain sight. Signature control matters. Emkin keeps radios silent, radars dark and less needed, and formation spacing breaks the neat rings you expect in a brochure. Decoys and odd spacing make old sets misread shape and count. On legacy scopes, that looks like a messy footprint. Messy reads as mass. The 2 hulls slid under the coastal shelf, right where sound bends and surface noise grows. They believed a thermal layer above them masked their approach. It probably helped. Their plan matched their training: close slow, hold battery, keep the bow to the bearing line of the group. They logged engine hours like a miser counts coins. You can see how the error locks in. The radar shows a bulk. The sea state adds foam. Fishing boats stray along the lane and tack on extra pixels. A rain band rolls over and fattens the shape. Each pass confirms the bias. The map lies, but it lies the same way twice, so it feels true. So they drew the next step. Don't shoot to kill. Signal. Program a torpedo for a short run, then surface and detonate light. A diplomatic jab. We see you. That assumes the blob is a cluster of high-value ships. It wasn't. The choice hardened. They flooded the tube, ran the sequence, and sent steel forward to speak. If your map lies, your next move matters. Now watch the shot meant to speak softly detonate the loudest silence of the night. The Venezuelan skipper wanted a jab, not a kill. He set the weapon to sprint a few cables, broach, and burn its last breath on the surface. The message was simple: we see you, we're close, we're not firing for effect. It was theater with steel. And in his world, it kept him inside orders: show presence, avoid blood. But the US doesn't grade intent in real time. The only truth that counts is motion in the water and heat in the wake. Launch detected. Protocol locks in. Flight deck alarms bark. Ordnance crews freeze mid-load. Sonar stacks go hot across the screen line, gain up, filters off, operators leaning into headsets. What would you do? Comment your choice below. Here's the playbook when a carrier strike group smells a shot. The Burkes light up A/SQ-89. Arrays shift from quiet watch to search and attack, pings spaced, then tightened. Nixie towed decoys spool out, cables humming behind the stern to draw seekers off the hull. MH-60R cruise sprint, rotors up, dipping sonar kits checked, -54 Malawian Quachas torps hung and safed. The sea starts to organize. The carrier holds a steady bell. Escorts spread like ribs. This is layered defense, built to soak risk, split threat, and make any firing solution go stale. Decoys give a loud, tasty target so a smart fish chases noise, not a prop shaft. Hellos fly bearing lines, drop sonobuoys in a fan, and listen for the faint box saw of a motor or the gulp of ballast. Surface ships shift speed, kick or cut cavitation, and break any neat track a shooter thinks he has. You don't beat a sub in one move. You starve it of data. The decision sits at the flag chair. Seconds matter. Retaliate on the launch indication and put steel in the water, or hold and classify the threat first. Rules of engagement don't care about your nerves, they demand positive ID of hostile intent. That's not moral cover. It's a safety on war. Classification is a craft. The splash pattern tells a story: short run wakes are stubby, with a burst and a curl. A premature surface leaves a light foamy boil, not a deep plume. The detonation reads low energy on sensors, a flat thump instead of a hard snap. Each piece leans toward a signal shot. Not harmless, but non-terminal. That buys heartbeats. Meanwhile, the hellos mark the datum, the last known spot of the weapon, and start the box. Buoys go in on a grid, each one a microphone in a net. Destroyers swing wide to cut the lanes out, turn to mask their own screws, and press the barriers. The ocean turns into a chessboard. One wrong call flips the board from contain to kill. If you want to understand the tactical mindset that wins these battles, subscribe now. Control holds. The admiral keeps fire silent. No counter-launch. No depth charges. The carrier keeps steam, makes no panic turn that could throw planes and men. The escorts keep the wall. The message goes out by presence: hellos overhead, hulls on the horizon, radios cold. We see you. We can end you. We will not, unless you force our hand. This restraint isn't softness. It's deterrence doing its job. You teach the other side a rule: launch, and you will be fixed and followed, not fed a fight you can paint as defense. You also expose brittle seams in a fleet that tries to signal with live weapons. The lesson isn't just hardware dominance, it's escalation control. Now tally what this near miss teaches about deterrence and brittle fleets. Deterrence lives in those heartbeats after contact. Not only in steel and sensors, but in leaders trained to wait 3 seconds longer than fear demands. That pause kept a signal shot from becoming the first blast of a wider war. 3 seconds of doubt can rewrite a war's first page. Tech flaws breed danger. Assumptions fuel fire. And discipline saves lives. What would you have ordered in that chair, hold or fire? Comment your choice, and subscribe to study the decisions that stop wars before they start. Old subs can start storms. Discipline keeps seas calm. Subscribe and join a community that seeks to understand the realities of modern conflict.